Mr. Caldwell up there. Did I introduce him to you?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's the second wife. His first wife was named Elizabeth Akers Caldwell. She likes to be known as Liz. She bore 3 children. First one was Francis. Francis.
Yeah.
She was the lucky one. She married and moved away from the house. Her second daughter was Mary Elizabeth, probably the most famous spirit that still stays in his house. And she had been an unfortunate death in the winter kitchen downstairs, where an ember from the fireplace got on her dress and she burned up. But it took her a long time to die, 7 days, 7 hard, painful days to die. And the third child was a little boy named Andrew Jackson Caldwell Jr. He unfortunately fell down the steps there and broke his neck. So that's where the tragedy started. Then they continued with the Civil War soldiers. Then they continued with the slaves were killed here by the Union soldiers. And it was just, that's why there's so many spirits here. And for some reason they stay here. They don't go anywhere. Unless they take you home with you every once in a while. Isn't that right, Barry?
Yes.
But then they don't even come back. Anyway, so that's, did you hear something?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Don't do that because you'll hear something.
You heard something. I swear I just seen something go past.
There's just
Like in the
door.
reflection. No, I think it's
car door or something outside.
No, it's probably the ghost.
You go with that car door theory, okay?
I swear I just say something, dude.
Go with the car door thing. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Okay.
It's not dark yet, so I feel
Well,
better.
that's the thing that people don't understand. I've been doing it for 45 years. And
I've been doing it for 6 months.
traveled all over the country, done all kinds of paranormal investigations, and I have my own radio show and do quite a lot of events and other things. And I've been in this house for 12 years, and this home shocks you. It's amazing some of the stuff that you see here and can experience here. It's 24/7.
Like that golden thing that seems like it's shaking.
Yeah, well, it will if you do this. This house is solid as it can be. Unfortunately, some of the furniture is not. It gets cold like this, it will warp out a little bit, and so that's a normal type of thing. Even though I've seen that little candle thing up there on the wall fly all the way over to me, I've seen stuff pick up off of this stuff and throw itself up in the air. I've seen pictures come off the walls.
You got tossed from that chair clear over here.
Were you smoking a cigar outside?
Yeah.
Hey, it's not unusual to smell strong smells.
Yeah.
From
The
houses.
reason why we don't smoke in the house, but you'll smell them in the house. So,
I smelled a cigar upstairs in the infirmary. It was a really strong smell of cigar smoking. There's people here, but nobody was smoking anything.
I'll show you some photos real quick of ghosts.
Oh.
That's downstairs. When you go downstairs, it's the attack room. I was sitting on the thing. Can you see it? If you want to,
There's
just
a lady in a dress.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. She was forming outside of the wall, and she's not the most prettiest lady in the world.
She might have been at one time.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
She wasn't fat, that's for sure.
Yeah. She could use a little meat on her bones. This is a shadow person downstairs looking out by the door.
Mm-hmm.
You see it?
Yeah.
And then we have a lot of people catch things in the windows. This is
Right, that's what I'm just saying. I could have swore I seen something upstairs in that window
Oh yeah.
coming in. The second one,
They look through the windows all the time. They'll look through the windows.
it was like there 1 second and gone. I know I ain't tripping. I know I'm not tripping.
I recognize the spirit.
Yeah, and sometimes people people see weird things outside. Skinwalkers, we have a lot of those that run around. We also have shadow figures outside. One lady that was here with me one day.
Guys, I forgot where I was with the house, but I think I was pretty much finished.
I was gonna ask you whereabouts in Bowling Green was the artillery battle that you talked about. Do you
Okay, are you familiar with Bowling Green at all?
know? I work up there.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Hospital Hill.
Uh-huh.
Okay, that you're part of the fort's still there. Part of the breastworks and stuff are still there. And Western Kentucky University, the hill there. There's a couple other forts scattered around.
Okay.
So the Confederates had the high ground, the highest ground. On the other side of the river,
A lady was here.
there was high ground. The Union had that. But Confederates had to retreat. Their flank was taken in the former Battle of Fort Donelson and Fort Henry. That was their flank wasn't covered anymore, so they had to leave pretty much. So they left Bowling Green and Union took that over. Now there's a nice Civil War house right across the street from the library on State Street.
Yeah, there is.
It's haunted. I talked to the guy there. He says, I said, I'd love to own a house like this. And he said, no, you wouldn't.
Yeah. There's a lady here. She was here on a weekday. She was the only person that came to the house today. I'm sitting on the pickup truck having lunch. And she's down here in the driveway taking pictures of the house. And she snaps this photo, and this lady in a white dress appears. And then there's a shadow figure right here next to her looking at her.
I thought that picture of the lady was the lady that was here. I was surprised.
No, it's actually,
Whoa.
yeah, don't blow it up, you don't want to look at her face. No, she's not a pretty,
The lady in white.
yeah.
She's not pretty.
Ooh,
Been through a lot,
yeah,
okay?
yeah. You got a shadow figure looking at her too, walking.
That almost like a real person.
That's what I was thinking. I
It
thought that was
does.
the
Well,
woman that was here.
that's the way they look. They can be
Like it
different.
seriously does. You see skin and everything, the tone of it.
Yeah.
It don't look gray.
Yeah, it's really funny because here a lot of people will come into the house and they'll go, "Oh, it's so cool! You got reenactors out here," you know, and I'm going, "What do you mean you got reenactors out here? We don't have any reenactors." I
She's
just
looking at
saw
you.
one, and
She's
some
looking
of
at
the
you.
times they'll actually say hello to them, you know,
Whoa.
as they walk by them or whatever. And they say, I saw him walk into that building over here, right here, dude, walk into that kitchen area, and I'm like going, "No, you didn't." Yeah, so you saw a ghost.
Oh.
Hey, that shadow picture's a
Our neighbors
female.
at their house was
Yeah.
haunted. We live next door to the original cemetery in Franklin.
Right,
On
right.
Cedar Street there.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Our neighbor who lives on the other side of the she's at her house was opposite of them.
I just did an investigation there like 2 weeks ago.
I've been to that house.
Okay.
I did an investigation over
The big
I've done a lot of
crazy green color
investigations.
there.
Yeah, the green
That's-
color
that's-
house.
Did you
Yeah,
find anything?
That's our neighbors. So
yeah,
kinda like
it
that.
is. It is a crazy house. And it was. That's where the old cemetery was.
Mm-hmm.
And there are people that are buried underneath their back that they never got out of there. They didn't get all the bodies out of there.
Yeah, I'm figuring about that.
So yeah, and so her house is haunted. It's quite heavy.
Whoa.
Have you ever done the house across the street from the library? State Street?
In Smith Grove,
No, Bowling.
Bowling Green. Haven't done that house yet. I've done so many of them, but there's one. You know where? What is that? Madison or something that way? Yeah. Right as soon as you go across the railroad tracks, there's this big house over there. It's got a big large garage and the whole nine yards. I did that house. That house it's super haunted. So is the one next door. So I could tell you, and I live on West Cedar.
We live on East Cedar, yeah.
Yeah, so just up the other way, that is East Cedar, I think it is. Where
Where the greenhouse
Yeah,
is, it's
yeah.
like 2 houses
And
down.
this other house is on the other side,
Yeah,
but
2 plots.
all up Cedar Street, West Cedar, they're all haunted. I've done so many homes.
Really?
Yeah, they're crazy.
Wonder why.
Well, yeah, they're old. Plus, Franklin has so much. The Civil War, when the Union came through here, they were pretty nasty,
Right.
a little nasty bunch of hoodlums, and some of the stories, just like Captain Ferguson, his picture is downstairs and you go in the basement. But when you were there, it's really interesting. They grabbed his wife and his daughter, marched them down naked, and hung them in the square down there. And he vowed to kill all the men that were involved in it, and he killed 50 men. And the last person he killed was his cousin, and he was involved in it. So, yeah, it was pretty bad. And his cousin's picture's down in the hall also, right the other way down there. So, but yeah, terrible, terrible stuff. I mean, the war was a terrible thing, just like here at this house. It created. The Union came here after the Confederacy left, and there was wounded people here. Well, unfortunately, they didn't take prisoners, so we had more bodies left over here. They took advantage of the slaves and everyone. It was horrific, some of the things they did. And it was a bloodbath, basically. And Caldwell becomes a sympathizer of the South and does quite a lot of hiding of Confederacies and everything else. It helped with rumors of him also helping with the Underground Railroad at times. She gets that nice wooden hand from helping a slave that was being raped, and a Union soldier cuts her hand off for trying to get her to go up there to do that. So, not a pleasant thing. The times were very, very, very bad here.
When was the last time someone resided here?
2000.
2000.
Yeah, and the house fell on a rental property. So there was one people lived in the house for 4 years in the 60s. Very interesting story. Dr. Williams is the second owner of the house. Mm-hmm. And Dr. Williams dies in the house in 1954, and it's the last funeral in the parlor here. And he, he's a super guy. I mean, good guy. He liked to drink bourbon and run around the house naked. That was one of the big things that everybody used to talk about. But he leaves the house to his niece, 8 years old. And so they turned it into rental property. The person that rented it for 4 years after that said it wasn't haunted, says to this day that he never had any experience at all.
Wow.
Everybody after that, they couldn't keep the house rented. You could have rented this house in 2000 for $300 with 300 acres. And nobody would stay here.
Mm-hmm.
I've met many, many people, and in fact, I know a paranormal investigator that works at the Historical Society down in Franklin. And him and his first wife lived here. And they made it all of 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, it was well known as being one of the scary places. And I've seen some bizarre things in the 12 years that I've been.
Have you slept over a few nights and seen?
Oh,
I'm sure more than a few. I'm sure more than a few.
I have investigated this house just in novice hunts alone 150 times.
Wow.
And I've been in here every day, almost every day for 12 years. And you wouldn't believe the things that we've seen, heard, and experienced in this house.
Do they ever try to communicate with you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, talk to you about stuff.
Yeah. Well,
They know his name.
Oh yeah. They'll say hi Bear. I can walk in. They speak disembodied. I had an experience here one day. We used to do a novice, like a ghost hunt here, or not. It wasn't a ghost hunt. It was more like during Halloween. We would open the house up on Fridays and Saturdays, and we'd give tours nighttime tours, and we put people in here that do stuff that we experienced, you know, and the spirits like to help out.
Sure.
And boy, they've sent a lot of people peeing down the stairs, the whole 9 yards, screaming to get out of here. But yeah, it's very different. It's not only the property has been known for sightings of UFOs. It has been known for strange creatures, cryptos. Bigfoot's been seen out here several times. Other odd creatures have been seen out here. Native Americans, skinwalkers have been seen out here. This property is very old property. It's been around for a long time. There are, in this area, caves. We're sitting on the 37th parallel, the most weirdest area in the whole world. That whole band runs around it. More activity happens in that area. And we got Mammoth Cave.
Right.
And this is part of the Mammoth Cave system.
Mm-hmm.
The house is built on limestone, and there is underground water. There's a place called Sinking Creek, and you can see the creek runs above the water just a little bit this way, and then it goes underneath the ground. It runs underneath the house.
Wow.
And it pops out back over by Drake's Creek.
Mm-hmm.
Very weird stuff.
Yeah.
Are there any malevolent spirits here, or is everything pretty?
It all depends. If you treat them right, they're good to you, most of them. There are times that people take toward the house, and they go through the house or investigate it. They get sick. There are spirits here that have tried to jump people. I mean, but it's their attitude. It's the way that they address themselves, or the way that they do. Some people come here very open, think it's joking or whatever, but it is extremely, this house is no joke.
Yeah.
It is the real deal.
When I got here, I started in July of 2001. When I got here, he told me that there's Bigfoot out here, and there's UFOs and cryptids. I disbelieved at that time. I don't disbelieve anything supernatural at all. And here's how creepy it is, or different it is out here. If you go out to the slain cemetery, there'll be 2 unknown soldier graves. And between them there's a concrete statue of a soldier. That thing, sometimes it becomes 2 soldiers, sometimes it'll turn around and look at you. I mean, you can see its face if you're standing behind it. I have a lot of pictures of that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. The slave cemetery is probably one of the most peaceful places.
oh, it's really nice.
They allowed them to it's surrounded by bald cypress trees, and they are not native to this area. And they brought them from the Mississippi area, Louisiana. They brought them up here, and they're growing like crazy. They've grown for 200 years. I mean, there's just massive stuff.
Too cold from up here.
Right, you know, and but for some reason or other, they grow great. But in that area, I've been out there before, and they'll tell you, they'll say something like, "Don't leave the circle," and you'll hear it just as plain as day. They'll talk to you this way. I mean, I tripped over a headstone one time, and I said, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and we had recorders running out there and everything else, and everybody got on the recorder. "I see you. Leave."
Come out here.
I'm like going, "Oh, okay, sorry about that." But you can sit out there and they watch out. We've seen shadow figures out there. We've seen all kinds of different stuff. Well, I said, "Would you do me a favor? Do that to everybody." He walked around this table and did it to everybody. And bent in, and we all watched him do it as he came around.
Jeez.
See ya.
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
We've seen trains. I've seen portals open up on the property. We've seen all kinds of different stuff.
Whoa.
I had a lady cry one night so bad, she was afraid that she was going to get sucked into something. You know, and she she said, I've come out here 1 million times before. I don't want to come out anymore. I don't know where I'll end up. You know, but that's the truth. I mean, this is it is a very strange house.
I had no
it's a
idea.
wonderful place. Yeah.
I had
It
no
is.
idea.
It's a.
House and a property.
It's a beautiful piece of property. It's a beautiful home, but it is crazy inside. Some of the things that happen.
Are there like certain times of day or year where they're more active?
No.
No, just
Yeah. Well, see, we're coming into February, and that's when the Confederates are here. And that's when the Union came here, February 13th, and that holds some significance. Sometimes in August, it was just crazy. I don't know what happened in August, but boy, it's crazy. And then other times of the year, it just continues. I mean, we've sat in here and been amazed. Some days you sit here, nobody comes during the day, and we'll sit here and I'll just go, oh my gosh! And I was just a guy from West Virginia. His buddy were here, Paraquest. They did a thing, and I was telling him about a story that I broke my foot. And I was standing up here, and I was sitting in the chair that that gentleman was in over there. And I heard some weird noise behind me, and I got up and started kind of looking around, going, what the heck's going on? And I turned my head like this, and next thing I know, I went, oh, hell no. And I just shot out the door with a broken foot, because the fear of flight came on me. And I looked, when I saw it, this was a Civil War soldier. Half of his face was blown off. Couldn't see half his face, but he had his hands out like this, coming right around my neck. And that's how close he was, you know. And I just went, no, ain't dealing with that. And fear of flight comes on you, and it just tells you, it goes, Bear, you better get out of here because there's something wrong. Yeah, and that, I've done all before. And we've taken so many pictures and so many different things, and they like to have you talk about it. They'll come down and talk to you and everything else. So a lot of times, when we're sitting around like this, that's when they'll come down. You know, they'll talk. You'll hear them whisper. You'll hear them play. You'll hear them on different types of stuff. So it's pretty unique.
We heard something this morning, Mary and I.
Yeah.
Something loud upstairs.
Yeah. Sometimes you will. I mean, it sounds like they're dragging bodies across the floor. And we've heard total conversations. I've heard screams, yells, all kinds of stuff, and it can be a horrifying place. And then some of the people that want to come in and stay, and they stay. Some people get tired at night and they'll lay on the floor and they'll sleep in a sleeping bag or something like that. And the first thing that they talk about is a lady coming down going, why do you sleep on the floor? And they catch it all the time on recording. What are you doing sleeping on the floor? You know? So it's just it's weird. I consider myself religious, and I think it's faith building all at the same time. It's not one of those things where I think, obviously there are some nasty spirits, and I've dealt with them a lot, but there are also, it's just an amazing thing. And this house has been here for a long time. A lot of tragedy, a lot of stuff on this property, a lot of blood, a lot of things that are going on. But I think it would have been that way anyway. I don't know if there's a gigantic geode out there in the middle of the yard that's going, whoa, whoa, calling everything in. I don't know. But it is a strange piece of property. You guys enjoy it. You just walk around it and have some fun. If something happens to you, you'll know it.
You go downstairs, go behind the stairs, or just walk around behind there. That's the entrance to the winter kitchen.
Yeah.
And when you go in the winter kitchen, there's cabinets, a cabinet door on your right. Just open those up. And wave your hand around in there, and that'll activate the motion detector light, and you can see where the tunnel entrance is.
Yeah.
And that tunnel splits off.
Right. It's funny, I used to tell people used to do that. stairs sometimes. I tell people, go downstairs and open that door and wave your hand in there and everything else, because I'm up here watching the video and we're laughing at you. So, but yeah, just enjoy yourselves. Fun.
Real quickly behind you, it's kind of messy. That's where we keep our cameras and a lot of our supplies. But it used to be a master bedroom. When you go in, you'll see stairs going upstairs, very steep stairs going up to the second floor, and it goes up to what they call the gallows room back in the day.
And all the original horsehair, padded
Chairs, all the same.
all that stuff. Yeah,
And
you know, just kind of reminded me because it's similar. The leg style, the arm style is all carved the same on the walls of my house.
Yeah, it's all carved. They're all hand carved. There's a difference in them in each of them. And you'll also, I mean, it's like the Oriental rug. That's an 1800 Oriental rug. And if we would have been smart, we probably should have sold it for $30,000 when we had an opportunity to, but no, we'd rather walk on it.
Wow.
So, but yeah, it's just house is full of antiquities. And
The silver that's up here and all that. It's beautiful. Yeah.
It's just a beautiful home, and we like the people who just enjoy it. So,
Are you guys hearing something walking upstairs?
I'm not hearing it, but I know they said they heard it.
Yeah.
Oh, you heard his footsteps.
I didn't hear that upstairs, but I heard that right there. It was like literally, don't, right there.
yeah, you'll hear some odd. We'll hear some.
I didn't hear that
We'll see it
upstairs
later
though.
in your
I
pictures.
hope you have, as you're walking around, hope you have an experience. And if you have any questions or anything else you want to ask us, we'll be more than happy to be here.
And one more thing I didn't tell you: when you go down basement stairs, we keep going straight past the cannon. You'll see a plexiglass window. It's underneath it. It shows underneath the front steps.
Yeah.
Take some pictures in there. I've got some weird things in there.
Okay. We get weird things in a lot of places.
That flag, I didn't mention that flag was hand sewn by Stonewall Jackson's second wife.
Yeah.
And that's your picture.
Yeah.
It was used in battle.
A lot of people think that is the Confederate flag. That's actually the battle flag of Virginia.
Oh.
And most people, you know, when you look at it, they have battle flags. They've got Harding's battle flag and Morgan's battle flags in there, and there's a battle flag in there for the other things. But the original flag for the Confederacy was called Body Blue. It was blue with a white star on it. And
You can almost see it out front, but the wind is in.
there's so much different things that, you know, so many people made things different. If you were on the losing side of something, unfortunately.
Little girl, where are you at? You got candy for you? You got Riley Wallaby and some candy canes. You want to come and try to make some communication with us? By touching this device right here, that'll let us know that you're here. Or go ahead and touch the kitty cat ball that lights up. You have balls here you can play with. You want to play? Let's play. Can you roll that ball back to me? Just give it a nice little push, just like that. We can sit here all day and play.
I was on a cold breeze brush past my cheek. And it's just like all right here.
We just clearly just want to communicate with you. That's all we want to do. Like literally something on this table right here just moved. I heard it. Is that you, little girl? Gonna do it again? I don't know what that was, dude. But as soon as I turned around, something moved. Like it moved across the table. Definitely seen it.
It would be crazy to stay out here.
Huh?
It would be insane to sleep out here.
I would too. I definitely would. Like literally, I seriously would stay here all night. Like for real.
That would be a crazy experience. One thing I want before I start staying at haunted locations or whatever is like a full camera.
So she had a little bit more time. Little girl, where are you at? You got candy for you? You got Riley Wallaby and some candy canes. You want to come and try to make some communication with us? By touching this device right here. That'll let us know that you're here. Or go ahead and touch the kitty cat ball that lights up. You have balls here you can play with. You want to play? Let's play. Can you roll that ball back to me? Just give it a nice little push, just like that. We can sit here all day and play.
Why does a cold breeze brush past my cheek?
And it's just like all right here.
We just clearly just want to communicate with you. That's all we want to do. Ten. 10 what?
There's no motion light in here, but this was on last time we were down here.
What?
There's no motion light in there.
Mother.
It was on last time we were here.
Listen.
Listen to what? Dude, am I come here. Yo, look at this.
The chair?
No, why does it look like blood?
Front. Boat.
Right there, on the wall. Looks like blood splatter.
It actually does.
Like, for real, it does. Seriously. Like, it looks just like fucking blood splatter, but it's not.
Am I a ghost?
Yes, you are a ghost. You passed away many, many, many years ago.
A very long time ago.
You want to show yourself?
Cousin.
Who's your cousin?
Are you the cousin that was murdered? That was killed back in the Soviet Union?
Leave.
Why do you want me to leave? If you touch that REM pod right there, I may leave. But I don't think you're going to do it.
You want to see you touch the REM pod?
Touch this device right there if you want us to leave. Do you want us here? Why do you want us to leave? Can you touch this device right here?
Boat. Knock.
Can you knock like that?
You scared me so bad. You know how hard to call my chest.
That was a little girl. She said hello. You heard that? It was a little girl said hello. Is this you, Mary? She said yes. Is there a little girl here right now?
I'm trying.
What are you trying to do?
If you're in this room with us, can you touch the REM pod?
Can you touch this device?
Below.
Below in the tunnels? Well, I just want to thank you guys for letting us come here and letting us explore your place. You guys have a beautiful home.
I swear I heard died.
Yeah, dead, died. The little girl keeps
Yes,
talking.
that
This
little
is a
girl
little
said
girl.
That was in the little girl voice.
Yes.
I heard that. I heard a Molly.
Thank you for communicating, Mary. I appreciate that. Now remember, you guys cannot leave with us. You guys have to
Rest
stay
in
here.
peace.
Yes, and I hope every one of you guys rest in peace.
Paranormal groups and do a ghost. Try to make contact with spirits here. You know, start out by everybody sits around this table and try to communicate with spirits. And sometimes it works pretty good, but one night was really active. You were seeing orbs with your eyes. You know, I was sitting in that chair, and somebody kept saying, "There's somebody walking around in the parlor." It was dark, but I guess you could still see movement. And I was trying to bend my head around, looking in the parlor. I couldn't quite see in there from that point, but I kept seeing something walking back and forth. And it turns out it was walking back and forth a lot. I saw the thing for several minutes,
Guilty.
walking back and forth. And I am not guilty. There's a young lady sitting there in that corner, and she's saying, "I gotta get up and leave because I keep hearing voices in my ear." But that figure is going back and forth was a shadow figure, and it was a very,
Where?
very, very dark figure. And I was actually seeing it in that mirror and in those glass on those picture frames. And it was walking behind Bear, back and forth, and it was bending down to that lady who was sitting over there. And she said, "I gotta get up and leave."
Thank you. I just heard that.
Yes.
Yeah, yes. Was that you that scuffled in here? Like moved really, really fast? Yes or no? I heard something behind me scuffle.
Devil. Boring.
Did it say devil and boring?
Yeah, devil, boring. Why is it boring?
Agreed.
I don't know why, I'm just getting a bad vibe from the room over there.
Yeah, it's something.
Like, that room over there, the lights off, I'm just getting a real bad vibe from it.
So he's still up there in that attic. His spirit is still up there in that attic. So there's lots of spirits here. When I got here, they told me there's hundreds of spirits here. And I said, "Bull, that's not true. It can't be hundreds of spirits here." But I now believe there's hundreds of spirits here. Because I've taken pictures, and I encourage you to take a lot of pictures here, sir. Like here, you may get something. I've taken pictures in the slave cemetery where I've seen dozens and dozens of people. And then I've taken pictures in the slave cemetery a week later and see dozens and dozens of other people. For a while, every time we took a picture outside, there's something there. Anyway, getting anything? That's pretty cool.
Not yet.
Okay.
Something that just feels weird coming from over there. Just feel like something looking at me or watching me or something. Like over there.
Something?
Yeah.
So, you'll get that feeling, sir. You will. So we know that there's tunnels here because this house is owned by is run by a board of directors. The board is by a 501c3 nonprofit group, and the chair of that nonprofit group was named Billy Bird, and he just died in November. From my understanding, he's a wonderful man, very knowledgeable in anthropology and archaeology, and very is expert in Civil War stuff. He knew there was a tunnel. He heard rumors about the tunnel. He did research and found the tunnel entrance is probably going to be downstairs in the winter kitchen.
If there's any presence that's inside this room, any presence that wants to communicate, just let yourself be known. Is that you walking around?
Yeah. I saw something over here.
Is anybody here that wants to communicate? My name's Jermaine. It's nice to meet you. It's nice to make everybody's acquaintance that's up here. And I thank you for allowing me to be inside your home. You have a beautiful home. This home is very beautiful. We just want to make communication. We just want to communicate.
Did you get back into that room over there? Did you get back into that room over there? I heard footsteps in that room, like just a little bit ago.
Which one? Over here?
It's around.
This one?
Yeah. Well, no, this one over here. It came from this direction.
Mary, is that you up here? Are you trying to communicate with us? I have 2 little girls too, and they will love your bedroom. You want to come out and say hi?
What date is it?
The date is February 5th, 2022.
Crying.
Why are you crying? You don't need to cry. Can I see you? Where are you? Where are you at?
Sailor.
Sailor. So yes, there was a sailor. There was many sailors here.
Can you come touch the device on the bed right there?
This would be a good way for you guys to communicate with us. If you just touch this thing, just like that, that'll let me know that you guys are here.
You just came here to communicate, you guys. We don't want to hurt you.
Far away. Children.
Children far away. Why are your children far away? Where are your children at? Are those dust particles, or is that... Are you in here?
See, that's the only way to turn it on and off, right?
Abused.
Wait a minute. So this light was off?
Yes. When we came, when we went down here the first time.
And it came down the first time was on.
Yes.
And then it came down the second time, it was off. And you got to do it like that just so you can pull it off.
Yes, it was off.
Speak.
When we walked down here. And like, there's no motion detector.
Mm-mm. I was wondering the same thing. I'm like, wait a minute.
That's why I walked in here and I was moving around a lot in here. I was like, why isn't it turning on? And I realized there's no motion detector.
That's what I thought it was at first, was a motion detector. Literally, that's what I thought it
And that's
was.
why I came out here and said that light was on last time we were down here.
I guess you've been here long enough. They starting to come out.
Yeah, they're starting to.
No, cause look, dig this. I'm gonna tell you something. When we came down those steps, that light was on. By the time I came down to that third one, it turned off. That's why I thought it was a motion sensor. That's why I didn't say anything.
Well,
But I got it on film.
I noticed it was. You have to show me that when we.
Yeah, I got it on film. Either out to the picture, one of the two. But I got it on film. That thing was off. I mean, it was on. Literally.
When we went down here the first time, it was on. I was like, okay.
Came down the second time.
Motion detected.
It was on.
We came down here. It was off. That's the first room
I seen it go
that was
off.
the first room I walked in. I went in there.
Yeah, I seen the light go off.
Turn on.
Just from standing up here, walking down, I see it go off.
Ceremony.
Ceremony.
Dr. Williams.
Dr. Williams ceremony.
Yeah, he's the one only with that last one that passed away here.